Satya Prabhu, you agree with that?
I will hold your lotus feet, you both.
Up, nop, nop,
Sultan
nop,
Keyboard.
nop. You're wrong.
I will, I will hold that.
You're wrong. You're wrong, Prabhu. Please don't say
My
that.
from by both
Let's.
hand, one yours and one Manoj Prabhu's.
Manohar Prabhu is big
You are
devotee. I
offending
know.
Sadbhuj Prabhu.
Sadhujana Prabhu is also a big devotee.
You have to hold his feet also.
Yeah, he doesn't say anything, but he is the one who is driving everything. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devi Saraswati Vyasam Tato Jaya Mudirayat Nastprayashu Avadreshu नित्यं भागवत सेवया भागवते तम श्लोके भक्ति भवति नष्ट की। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीन बंधु जगतपते गोपेशा गोपिका कांत राधा कांता नमस्तुते तप्त कंचना गौरंगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वंशकल्पातरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी इति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पश्चात देशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्णा चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैता गदाधर शिव सदि गौर भक्त वृंदा। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा। So we are going to start Srimad Bhagavatam from the very beginning. Canto 1, title is Creation. And
Prabhu, could you summarize the last class? And for the Bhakti Vaibhav, can we get that last time you shared us the how the questions and all, right, Prabhu? So could you share those things, Prabhu?
Mataji, please, once again, what was the ask?
No, no, no. I think I asked two things. Okay. Could you summarize the last class, Prabhu?
Yeah, the last session, right? Okay, I'll do that. So last session, basically, we are talking about as it is discussion. What is as it is? And for as it is, we looked at the verse that is cited by Bhaktivinoda Thakur in his Dasmul Tattva. And this Dasmul, 10 original Tattva, this will continue even if you become a very advanced devotee. These are the Tattva that we have to understand. And also I said that any study, any discussion that we are doing, we are more or less talking one of this topic. I also said that the entire Vedic teaching has three sections: Sambandha, Avidya, and Prayojana. And under Sambandha, Avidya, and Prayojana, you would see one of these topics are being emphasized. So the 10 principal elements of having any statement as it is, it's not how the words are, it's not how the purport is written, it's not how the translation is being done. Can you all hear me now?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes,
Oh,
Prabhu.
Did I just got muted?
muted. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw here on my screen say that we muted you. I don't know why the internet is muting me. So it's not about the purport is not about the word, it's not about how it's being said. Because I said that different people in different language for the same element they use different word like water and pani and thani and all of that, different, but we're talking about the same water. So like that. So these are the 10 principal elements. The first element is that Veda, which is pramana. Veda is the praman. So where the truth is coming from? Truth is coming from Veda. And Veda is talking about these 9 elements. The first element is that Parameshwar, absolute truth, is Krishna. He is all opulent. He has all the strength, all the potency. He is the ocean of all the melos. Living entities are his part and parcel. And there are 2 types of living entity, Nityabadha or Nityamukta. And difference between Krishna and part and parcel is Achintya Veda Ved Tattva. So this living entity has to perform the Sudh Bhakti, and goal of Sudh Bhakti is to receive unalloyed devotion of Krishna. That's what we talked in last class. And I said that not only Bhaktivinoda Thakur has said about it, but other acharyas also talked about it. And then we looked at the Madhavendra Madhvacharya's 10 or 9 Ratna, 9 jewels given by Madhvacharya. And then what are those 9 jewels? Are very similar, same statement. And then we also looked at the another verse that says that who the Prabhupada is, who Mahaprabhu is. And Mahaprabhu personally exemplified all of these qualities through his pastime. So that was the discussion. And that discussion we did because we want to understand what is as it is. I'm also going to start another course. It's called Shuddh Bhakti Chintamani, the touchstone of pure devotional service. So that class will start at 7:30 on Sunday. But Bimla Mataji, if devotees wants to move around, this is just the placeholder for now. We can adjust the time and we'll uh, do the time that will work with everybody. But that course is extremely helpful, especially for sadhaka. It's not going to be Bhagavatam study, it's not going to be Bhagavad Gita study, but I'm basically pulling out essential summaries and teaching from many books. From for sure, Shuddha Bhakti Chintamani is one of the book written by Sri Ram Swami, but also
The
this
course
has
is
been
for how much duration totally?
duration.
Yeah. How long?
No, that course will continue. This I don't know. This will maybe years, at least 1 year for sure.
Okay.
And I'm going to cover what is as it is. Are we doing pure devotional service? How to evaluate ourselves? There are 2 terms in the bhakti, ahituki pratihata. These are the 2 very important terms, my dear devotees. Ahituki pratihata. What is the shastric reference for ahituki? What is the shastric reference for apratihata? And then see some examples how Mahaprabhu exemplified this concept of ahituki and apratihata. How Srila Prabhupada performed and exhibited these 2 qualities. Very important for us to understand. What are the obstacles on the path of bhakti? You and I normally, so there are certain things that I can talk, certain things I don't talk. Okay, so there are some unspoken obstacles that we have in our heart that we are carrying. I don't like this person, but I'm not able to talk about it, right? But is that harming me? Is that doing any good for me, right? I'm carrying the load, So is what type of things are that? That's going to be obstacles on the path of bhakti, and I'm going to talk about it. And then also, most of the time, it's very easy for Indian crowd to have faith in Krishna. They think, uh, I'm going Hare Krishna temple just to worship Krishna, but they don't know anything about our acharyas. They don't have faith in Srila Prabhupada. They don't have faith in our 6 Goswamis, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, Natan Das Thakur, you know, Krishna Das Kaviraj Goswami Maharaj. So we have to talk about them, who they are, what are their missions, Bhakti Vinod Thakur, what did they do, what are his contributions. This movement is coming from our acharya, starting from Mahaprabhu. Mahaprabhu is the one who is the real founder of this movement. So what are the, some of the specific prediction by our acharyas, how they live the life, and what are their mission. And when we get initiated in Brahmananda Gaura Sampradaya, it's not just getting the name that I have become Falana Falana Das. That's not the purpose. Purpose is getting that mood. They say that there is a powerhouse. Powerhouse is somewhere else, but I have light in my house. It's coming through electricity, right? There is conduit that's conducting the same energy that's somewhere at the powerhouse. So, being initiated or being attached to a particular sampradaya means being the conduit. You are the one who are going to carry their mood and mission, right? So some of those things I'm going to talk. It's going to be very, very powerful discussion. I'm telling you, not because I'm teaching it, but this is something that I have learned over the years that this type of course I need to do. So a lot of resources you will see there, a lot of eye-opening things you will see there that normally I don't talk, but I'm going to talk through that course. So if you all can attend, I request you to come and be part of that discussion as well. Timing part, don't worry for now. We'll adjust it. We'll manage it. So we are getting into Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, title is Creation. And Bhakti Vaibhav is very similar to Bhakti Shastri. Here, our intent is to study Prabhupada's purport. Okay, Prabhupada's purport is not ordinary purport because he took the help of our other acharyas such as Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, Baldev Vidyabhushan, and Krishna personally, dictated him and helped him. Jiva Goswami, helped him writing this purport. So Prabhupada sometimes would read his own purport. And then devotee will ask Prabhupada, why you are reading your purport? Prabhupada said that this is not written by me. You have heard this story, right? Manor Prabhu? Prabhupada said this is written by Krishna. Okay. So these purports are very, very powerful, pure devotee, realization expressed in terms of purport. So we have to be very, very systematic. So that's the main intent of this course. The course is designed very similar to what we do in Bhakti Shastri to study and read the purport of Prabhupada. If we are not doing that, then we are not justifying. So this entire Bhagavatam is dedicated to Bhaktivinoda Swami Maharaj. So Prabhupada is dedicating that to his spiritual master, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. So let's get into the discussion. And I would like one of you, so we are into the preface, I would like one of you to just read. Whoever would like to read, please
I
read.
can read, bro.
Yeah, please read.
We must know the present need of human society.
Please pay attention, okay? Please pay attention. See how Prabhupada is saying, preface. We must know the present need of human society. What is the need of the human society today? Not the wealth, not the money. Although if you go and talk to the people who are talking about, who are financial advisor, they'll talk that, economy is not good. Money is what you need. You need to build house, how to plan your career, how to plan your future, not knowing that, any one of us can die anytime. Anytime we can meet the death. So the present need of the human society is that loss of character, loss of attributes of, human character and awareness who we are. Okay, the first need is that they have forgotten Krishna. Okay, so Prabhupada says that we must know the present need of the human society. What is the need of the human society? That they must connect themselves with Supreme Lord. And then everything else, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, follow up after that. So I've highlighted it. Anything that is important, I highlighted it. So you must know the present need of human society. Yes, please continue.
And what is that need? Human society is no longer bounded by geographical limits to particular countries or communities. Human society is broader than the Middle Ages, and the world tendency is toward one state or one human society. The ideals of spiritual communism, according to Srimad Bhagavatam, are based more or less on the oneness of the entire human society. Now, of the entire energy of living beings. The need is felt by great thinkers to make this a successful ideology. Srimad Bhagavatam will fill this need in human society. It begins, therefore, with an aphorism of Vedanta philosophy, Janmadasya Yataha, to establish the ideal of common cause. Human society at the present moment is not in the darkness of oblivion.
What does it mean, Prabhu? Manor Prabhu, what is the meaning of that one?
Um, Darkness of oblivion.
Yeah.
It may be referring to the material progress we are trying to make
Yeah,
in
yeah,
terms of
yeah.
communications, links,
Yeah. If we
scientific
are not
progress.
living into the stone age, right?
Yeah,
Right?
yeah,
We are living into the age, hey, how are you on the phone, thousands of miles away. So there have been technical advancement, right?
yeah.
So it's not like that the human society is far behind and they have to invest their energy in technical subject. Right? There's a human society at present moment is not in the darkness of oblivion. We are not in the darkness, that okay, there is no light, there is no power, there is not the technical achievement has been done. But let's see what Prabhupada said.
It has made rapid progress in the fields of material comforts, education, and economic development throughout the entire world. But there is a pinprick somewhere in the society, social body at large, and therefore there are large scale quarrels even over less important issues.
You see here, this one you remember, Prabhupada's beauty of writing. He says there is a pinprick somewhere. So you have a balloon, it looks so nice, so beautiful, so attractive, but just a nano type of hole somewhere. What will happen? Slowly and slowly, slowly and slowly, slowly and slowly, it will collapse, right? So this material existence that appears so attractive, material comforts, educations, and economic development throughout the entire world, everywhere, those achievements have been achieved. But still, he says that there is a pinprick. Looks very attractive, very glamorous, but there is a pinprick. What does it mean? That over the time, slowly and slowly, slowly and slowly, slowly and slowly, slowly and slowly, it collapse. Living entity whole life will work hard, very, very hard, very, very hard, not knowing what they need to do, not knowing that death is coming. But death comes and everything collapse. Right, Prabhu?
Yeah.
So there is a pinprick somewhere in the social body at large. Please remember that statement. There is a pinprick, there is pinprick, there is pinprick like that. Always, there is a pinprick. Anything that you are doing, so no, there is, oh, this is gonna collapse. This is gonna at some point. Don't too much get engaged into this, whole material thing. My
Can
one of our friend, he passed away.
oh,
And looking at his lifestyle and he was just with us few days back. He's no longer with us. It always, reminds me. Always, it's, acting with me that what is the reality of life, And then I'm running towards temple. My wife will say, "No, you just came. It's 1 o'clock. You at least you should sleep 5 hours." I said, "I have to sleep very nicely. One day I'll sleep so long that nobody can wake me up. But let me, as long as I can wake up, let me wake up and do something for Prabhupada. Let me do something for Krishna." So, dear devotees, very important, very important. Don't get too much caught into all of this stuff, that is coming and creating obstacles on your path. See how you can cross over. So this pinprick is very, very powerful statement that I wanted to emphasize that the society has everything, but there is a pinprick. I not hole somewhere. And what it's doing, it's collapsing slowly and slowly. You were saying something, Manoj Prabhu?
no, just I was thinking, is that pinprick we can say is the lack of goal in our clarity of our purpose of life?
Yeah, pinprick is basically, awareness of Krishna.
Mhm.
not having God consciousness in our life. Or even if there is God consciousness, it's mixed up with so much desire.
Mhm.
This Ahituke Pratyahata is missing,
Mhm. Yeah, I mean, people, I mean, saying that people run after material happiness, it's like the
Yeah.
Trishna, like they think that, okay, this will give me happiness. This will, oh, I lost everyone.
No, no, I can hear
Oh,
you.
yeah.
Yeah.
It gives, this house will give me happiness, career will give
Yeah.
me happiness.
Yeah.
Um,
Finding
you
fault
know,
in others. I'm better than you.
yeah, yeah, whatever.
I'm
And
better than you. Not no care of the devotee aparad, Vaishnava aparad. I can do anything with Manohar Prabhu because that's how I can fulfill my desire. This is all pinprick. They don't know that
mhm,
Krishna is going to one day, make blast. That's what happens, Prabhu. Kaurava so much envious about Pandava, right?
mm,
So much planning, this and that, so much things. Intelligence wise, they did everything they could do. But did it survive?
no,
Why? Krishna
because
was
of
not
their,
on their side.
yeah, they offended the
Yeah, they did
devotees.
all types of things, materially. But Krishna was not on their side. So don't worry, we have to have Krishna on our side. We can sacrifice everything, but let have Krishna on our side. So this pinprick is basically absence of Krishna's in devotee's life. Everything is there, but there is no Krishna. So it's gonna collapse. It's gonna collapse anyways. But collapsing with Krishna is different than collapsing without Krishna. They said that when devotee leaves body, is going, just migration, transferring from material abode to spiritual abode. But they will punanapi janmam, punanapi marnam, keep on coming and going. We are not criticizing anybody, but this concept has to be understood. The you know fragility of the life has to be understood, and how fragile it is, and how much it's going to you know give us back. There is nothing that we are getting back. So this pinprick thing, please remember all the time. There is pinprick. We have to do a spiritual thing to avoid this pinprick. Please continue. There is a need of
There is
clue.
a need of a clue as to how humanity can become one in peace, friendship, and prosperity with a common cause. Srimad Bhagavatam will fill this need, for it is a cultural presentation for the
Re-spiritualization.
spiritualization of the entire human society.
Prabhu, see the word here is re-spiritualization. So why the word re? When we use the word repeat, you know, redoing it, right? We use the word re means you were at some point very God conscious, right?
Yeah.
Right? But now you have forgotten. So I'm going to revise it. Revise it, right, Prabhu?
Uh,
In that sense, repeat,
yeah,
So
revive it.
re-spiritualization.
Yeah.
So living entities or they are part and parcel of Krishna. They are always Krishna conscious. But now they have forgotten. So now we have to re-spiritualize it. I really love each and every word of the entire human society. Not India, not African, not American, the entire human society. See the statements that Bhopal is giving. Re-spiritualization of the entire human society. Who can say like that? Pure devotee can say like that. Okay, please,
Srimad
Mataji.
Bhagavatam should be introduced also in the schools and colleges, where it is recommended by the great student devotee Prahlad Maharaja in order to change the demonic face of society. Kaumara acharet pragno dharman bhagavataniha durlabham manusham janma tadapi adruvam ardhadam. Bhagavatam 7.6.1. Disparity in human society is due to lack of principles in a godless civilization.
So
There
is
is
the answer here, bro? Is the answer? This
Yeah.
is the answer.
Godless. Godlessness
Lack
is
of
the
principle
problem.
of
Pinprick.
yes, 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 Mataji.
there is God or the Almighty One from whom everything emanates. by whom everything is maintained, and in whom everything is merged to rest. Material science has tried to find the ultimate source of creation very insufficiently, but it is a fact that there is one ultimate source of everything that be. The ultimate source is explained rationally and authoritatively in the beautiful Bhagavatam or Srimad Bhagavatam. Srimad Bhagavatam is the transcendental science not only for knowing the ultimate source of everything, but also for knowing our relation with Him and our duty towards perfection of the human society on the basis of this perfect knowledge.
See, 100%. See the critical part of that? This is such a beautiful statement, Srimad Bhagavatam is a transcendental science, not only for knowing the ultimate source. Okay, so Srimad Bhagavatam will help us understand who is the ultimate source, but everything that is in relation with Him. Okay, so not only Supreme Lord, but everything that is in relation with Him. So that is His Aishwarya. And then our duty towards the human society or duty towards ourselves based on this perfect knowledge. So Prabhupada is definitely asking us to go back and serve the mankind in perfect knowledge. Okay.
It is powerful
Are you
reading.
all understanding this statement? Is it clear?
Yeah. Dasa, dasa, anudasa. This is really.
So yeah, so those tattva that we talked, those are here. You know, Krishna is absolute truth, knowing the ultimate source, and then
Knowing our
his
relation with
divine
Him.
amsa relations, part and parcel. Okay, and then duty towards what is avidya. Okay, that's avidya on the basis of. So likewise, you can segregate the teachings as you are going along. You will find that you know these are falling into one of those categories. Okay, Mataji, please continue.
It is powerful reading matter in the Sanskrit language, and it is now rendered into English elaborately so that simply by a careful reading one will know God perfectly well, so much so that the reader will be sufficiently educated to defend himself from the onslaught of atheists. Over and above this, the reader will be able to convert others to accepting God as a concrete principle.
So this is very important. Okay, this is very, very important. Over and above, the reader will be able to convert others to accepting God's as a concrete principle. So I just wanted to recently I sent one message also. I wanted to share one story. So Srila Prabhupada was once asked, Srila Prabhupada, you know, uh, what is the secret of success and how we know we are successful? I remember when I was doing BTech, I had a 1 month training and I found there was one journal. It's called a competitive science reference. I don't know, refresher. It was in a monthly publication. In that, they had a publication that talked about secret of success. What is the secret of success? So I read that article and gave a presentation and I got award, first award. And the article was saying secret of success is that you say that I wanna be millionaire. That is not sufficient. That is not the secret of success. If you say that, okay, I want to have $10 million, then little bit, you have defined your success. And then you say, but that is not complete. You have to say how long, how many years you want to have this $10 million. So you say that after 5 years. So you have defined your success up to some extent. So I want $10 million in 5 years, but how I want, okay, how I want. And then the process of calibration that, in 1 year, I will have this much, in 2 years, I will have this much, I will do this business. So you have a perfect plan. Okay, and that perfect plan you can, normally we call it a smart goals. Nowadays they have started calling out a smart goals, you know, something that you can measure, something, that is time bound, right? So exactly like that. It was, but that time a smart goal term was not out there. So the article was talking about this thing, that it's totally material article, that you have to know how much money you want, when you want, how you want, and all of that you have to jot down and start working on now. And you have to calibrate as you go. After 1 year, if you don't meet your goal, then what you do? Are you following me, Prabhus, Matajis?
Yes. Yeah.
So very well materially, now we call it a smart goal. You have to have that smart goal. So Prabhupada said many years back the same thing. He said that the material people, they calibrate against their neighbors, and they think that I'm successful if I'm richer than or wealthier than my neighbors. We are not comparing with Ambani or Adani and all those guys. We know that we are never going to get there. But if I become richer than Manohar Prabhu, wealthier, I think I'm success. Manohar Prabhu is poor than me, or I have more power than Manohar Prabhu, then I'm better. That's how So Prabhupada said this is material mind. But for devotee, a very important thing, and that's what some of these things we'll talk, eye-opening things. Prabhupada said 4 things for devotee. First, success means to learn how to love Krishna. Okay, so this is the practice. That's what here it's been said, that we have to learn how to love Krishna. And how you love Krishna? By engaging in his service. And then he says, second point, to serve Krishna as obedient servant. How the obedient servant, and we say Gopi Bharta Pad Kamala Das Das Anudasa, all of these 4 points can be expanded and multiple examples can be given, but serving as obedient servant of Krishna. Okay, so what is obedient servant? If, but, gone. Whatever I can do to please my dear Lord, humbly, submissively, one should do. And third thing, very important thing, Prabhupada said, that to come out of the clutches of Maya. Okay, so how you come out of the clutches of Maya? How you come out? When you think that you are not this body, when you are acting under that perfect knowledge that Bhagavatam is giving. That's what Prabhupada is saying here. That's how you can serve the human society. Artificial intelligence that we have, that would never be sufficient to serve the mankind unless and until we are empowered and we know our relationship. So human beings mostly are caught by the clutches of Maya. It is very powerful statement Prabhupada made, that be free from the clutches of Maya. And what is clutches of Maya? You know what? You are mine, I am yours. Krishna is nothing. Who has seen Krishna? I don't know even if he exists or not exists. Some, weak faith, weak flickering faith. There is something, but not that type of clarity. And then too much pursuance of material endeavor. I, me, mine, my power, my position, this, that, all of that. 100% Prabhupada is saying you are caught into the clutch of Maya. How you can go to a spiritual world if you are not free from the Maya? So how we become free from Maya? You have to study the lives of 6 Goswamis, Rupa, Sanatan, Raghunath, Bhatt, all of these Goswamis, Manasiksha we have to study to know what are the unspoken challenges that we have in our brain here. Gramine Bevhare, Pandita Ami Jani, Ami Hito Ami Kichu Nahi Jani. Sanatan Goswami this is the first question he's asking to Mahaprabhu. So in the dealing of this human society, everybody thinks that I'm learned. Everybody gives me a lot of respect. I'm the learned. But for my own welfare, I do not know what to do. Okay. Why? We are caught by this Maya. And fourth thing, the whole thing came to me because over and above, the reader will be able to convert others to accept God as a concrete principle. So the fourth point Prabhupada said that to be able to convince others about the teaching of Mahaprabhu, especially to the local crowd. So if you are in America, you should focus on American people. try to preach them, convince them, how to convince them. He said, to be able to convince, Prabhu, please listen very carefully. To be able to convince, we have to be able to convince to the people about the teaching of Mahaprabhu. Now, time, place, and circumstances, you have to use your caliber, you have to use your smartness to how can I preach people, especially Prabhupada said local people. If you are in India, preach Indians. If you are in Africa, preach African. If you are in America, preach American. And be able to convince them about the teaching of Mahaprabhu or Krishna himself. Bhagavad Gita teaching and Chaitanya Charitamrita teaching. If you can do these four things, then you are success in your life. We have to know what our acharyas are asking us to do. How to learn Krishna. How to love Krishna. That's number one thing, he said. Yes, that's very obvious. And serve Krishna as obedient servant. Come out of the clutches of Maya and be able to convince others. So this Sastric study is important. You have to know. Sometimes people say, oh, we are not here to get Bhakti Sastri Bhakti Vaibhav. Criticize the importance of Bhakti Sastri Bhakti Vaibhav. This is not Gyan Shastra. This is Bhakti Shastra. So Prabhupada is saying here, we'll be able to convert others to accepting God's principle. Okay, devotees. So we all have responsibility. It's not me saying that, okay? Prabhupada is saying that. We all should be able to convince others about the teaching of Krishna consciousness. Clear, Prabhu? These 4 points, please write it down, okay? I have this written on my notebook. Always I see that. These are the 4 things, how I can love my Lord, how I can serve him, and how can I come out of the clutches of Maya. We have to prepare. I don't want to waste my life. You should not waste your life, dear devotees. Don't think that you have a long way. Anjan Prabhu might think I'm still pretty young, what is Ramacharya Prabhu is talking about. But please don't think about that. Prepare ourselves so that we all love that person. Okay, Mataji, thank you so much. We'll continue. So please read this one here. Srimad Bhagavatam.
Someone is reading? Yeah.
I can go, Prabhuji.
Yeah, please read.
Srimad Bhagavatam begins with the definition of the ultimate source.
Yeah.
It is a bona fide commentary on the Vedanta Sutra by the same author, Srila Vyasadeva. And gradually it develops into 9 cantos up to the highest state of God realization. The only qualification one needs to study this great book of transcendental knowledge is to proceed step by step
Cautiously.
and not jump forward haphazardly as with the ordinary book. It
Prabhuji, I want a little bit pause here. So Srimad Bhagavatam, we should not consider as an ordinary book. You will see, in the verses of Bhagavatam in 2nd chapter, it will come that when Krishna left this planet, he appeared as Grantha. So Srimad Bhagavatam is Grantha, book, manifestation of Spirit Personality of Godhead. He came as a book so that living entity, they can get the guidance from Srimad Bhagavatam. So we should not think that this is an ordinary book. That's what Prabhupada is saying. And this is a transcendental knowledge, and we should proceed step by step with caution and intelligence. This caution and intelligence Prabhupada has told multiple places. Be cautious. Devotional service should be performed with caution and intelligence. Caution and intelligence. In the introduction of Nectar of Instruction, Prabhupada says the same thing. Caution, 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 caution. Be cautious. If something is hampering my devotional service, should I let my devotional service be hampered, or should I get away of that? At some point, be cautious. You have to call this out. And intelligence, Prabhupada said, use your intelligence that Krishna has given you. So Bhagavatam studies should be also done with full caution and with full intelligence, not randomly here and there. It should be gone through chapter by chapter, one after another. Okay, Prabhuji, the reading matter is, please read from there.
It should be gone through chapter by chapter, one after another. The reading matter is so arranged with the original Sanskrit text, its English translations, synonyms, translation, and purport, so that one is sure to become a good God realized soul at the end of finishing the first 9 cantos. The 10th canto is distinct from the first 9 cantos because it deals directly with the transcendental activities of the personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna. One will be unable to capture the effect of the 10th canto without going through the first 9 cantos. The book is complete in 12 cantos, each independent, but it is good for all to read them in a small installment one after another.
So, when we are reading Srimad Bhagavatam, and when we come to third canto, and there is a story of Brahadev or four Kumaras, we should not think that this is not the story of Krishna. Okay, or when we are proceeding to seventh canto and we are hearing about Nrsimhadev, we should not think that this is not the pastime of Krishna. When we go to ninth canto and you hear about Lord Ramchandraji, maybe Lord Ramchandraji pastime, many of you can connect and say that, oh, this is same Krishna, right? So, but in fact, all the pastime, Bamandev pastime, Brah pastime, all other, pastime that we see, Prithu Maharaj pastime, these are all the pastimes of Krishna himself. So Krishna's pastime has Aishwarya and Krishna pastime has, and what is Aishwarya and what is next term? Madhurya.
Madhurya. Mhm.
Okay. So Krishna's dealings with Gopa and Gopis and most of his associates in the vow of Madhurya. But other pastimes are pastimes of Krishna's Aishwarya. Krishna can come as a Matasya and he can save. Krishna can come as Barah and he can lift this entire, Earth planet on his tusk. So these are his Aishwarya. Okay. So Prabhupada said that first you know about Aishwarya. If you know about Krishna's Aishwarya, then you would know his Madhurya. Then you will release who the Krishna is. Then when Krishna is hugging the gopis, your mundane thinking would not be there because you know this is the same person who came as Bara and on his tusk, he lifted this entire Earth planet. This is the same person who saved this material world drowning. This is the same person who came as a Brahman and crossed the entire material world in 3 steps. This is a Swarya, a supreme personality of Godhead, right? So we have to know is Ashwarya, the person. And normally when we do the introduction, before we hear class, we do introduction, right? And in the introduction, we say that this person has given class on TEDx, in Google, in Microsoft, right? We say that, right? This
Yeah.
person has achieved so many award for his speech. Why? Swarya. Because you are inviting others to be careful. Hey, you are going to hear from somebody who is very up here, well achieved person, right? Now listen carefully what he's saying. So that's what Prabhupada said, that Canto 10 is basically preparing us, walking us through all the Swaryas of Supreme Personality of Godhead, so that when we get there, we understand the dealings of Krishna with Gopal and gopis and all of other, living entity who are coming and close to his, close to him and being part of his pastime. We understand who they are. So proper understanding of Aishwarya help us understand Krishna's Madhurya and his opulences too. 10th canto has both Aishwarya and Madhurya, both. But other cantos are mostly talking about Krishna's Aishwarya. Little bit Madhurya here and there too, but mostly Aishwarya. Is it clear, Prabhus?
Yes, Prabhu. So this Aishwarya and Madhurya is a bhava, or Prabhuji, what is these two types of the?
So Madhurya is basically dealing of Krishna with his devotee, and mostly This is conjugal dealing, but Krishna is dealing with his devotee. And Aishwarya is opulences. Like in 10th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Krishna talks about his opulences. He says that, in Akshar I am uh, awe, in the syllable, in the Vedic syllable I am Om, in the elephant I am Eravat, right? So those are Krishna's opulence, opulence, Yog Vibhuti, his opulences. So you have opulence too, Prabhu. You are engineer and you live in Minneapolis, you have a big house, and Mataji has, also some job, and you might have hundreds and 200 thousands in the bank deposit. Those are your opulences, Prabhuji. You have one son, one daughter, maybe one son is engineering, going to preparing to go to engineering college. What your sons and daughters are doing, Prabhu? What they are
No,
doing?
I got only one son, Prabhuji.
S-
He is studying right now.
See, this is all your opulence. You live in America. How your opulence, right, Prabhu? Manor Prabhu? Is that right or wrong?
Yeah, Prabhupada ji has
Yeah.
said even a ant to elephant, everybody has mystic potency.
Okay, we continue. Thank you, Prabhu. Manor Prabhu, keep on helping me. So please continue from here. I must admit,
I must
Prabhupada's
add,
humility. See here, pure
I mu-
devotee, how they talk. I have to learn that part. I'm begging my Prabhupada, please help me. I'm suffering right now, Prabhupada. I'm getting caught into your material thing. Please help me, my master. See here, Prabhupada's mercy. How he's talking. Yes, Mataji. Oh, Prabhuji, please continue.
I must admit my frailties in presenting Srimad Bhagavatam, but still, I am hopeful of its good reception by the thinker and leaders of society on the strength of the following statement of Srimad Bhagavatam 1.5.11. तद्भाग विसर्गो जन्तगः विप्लवो यस्मिन् प्रति श्लोकम् अब्धावति अपि नामानि अनन्तस्य अनन्तस्य यशो
So,
यशो अनि अंकिता
Ankitaniyat,
चरित्रेण
Surnavati, Gayanti,
वदन्ति
Ginnati Sadhu.
गायन्ति साधवः.
Read the translation.
On the other hand, the literature which is full of descriptions of the transcendental glories of the name, fame, form, and pastimes of the unlimited supreme Lord is a transcendental creation meant for bringing about a revolution in the impious life of a misdirected civilization. Such transcendental literature, even though irregularly composed, is heard, sung, and accepted by purified men who are thoroughly honest.
So this verse will really, discuss in detail. Tadvag visarago jantag viplavo yasmin prati slokam abdavati yapi abdhavati yapi namani anantasya yasho ankitaniyat shunnavanti gayanti ginnati shado. Who are these people? Yasmin prati slokam abdhavati yapi namni anantasya yasho ankitaniyat. This is not talking about somebody else. It's talking about Krishna, his name, his form, his quality, and pastime. And there might be some faults in explaining it. But whichever way we explain, we are talking about the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And what that does, by Shunnavanti, by hearing, Gayanti, by singing, Grinati, by chanting, it will purify. It will purify the man, whoever is hearing. So, you know, if you hear from different speaker, they have different caliber, different degree of expression. Somebody is very ornamental in their English, in their presentation. Somebody might not be very ornamental. But Prabhupada is saying doesn't matter. Ultimately, we are talking about that person, Supreme Personality of God, the same person we are talking about. And whoever hears about whoever share about that, they get completely purified. And Prabhupada says, I must admit my frailties in presenting Srimad Bhagavatam, weakness, fault. From fault, this word frailties comes. That I might not be able to present as I should, or as some ornamental people will come and say, some Sanskrit reciter will come and say that, oh, this should be Alp Pran, Mahapran, this is Dirgh Pran. You have to say ha, you have to say bha, you have to. I see that, people. Prabhupada did not pay attention to those things. So we are talking about the past and personality of Godhead. The most important thing is that you hear. You hear. I talk about him. You listen about him. Because just by doing that, Sunavanti Gayanti Gnati Sadhava, you know, it will purify the heart of the living entity. So this is the preface, and then after that, introduction comes. And introduction is very big, extremely big. So what I did is that I just basically P1, P2, P3 are the purport, the paragraph. And P1 is basically first paragraph. So what I did is that instead of going through entire introductions and reading the all purports, which might take some time. If you look at the introduction of Srimad Bhagavatam, first canto is really big, really, longer. So we just have the paragraph that we have to go through. But before I get into that, I really love preface by Srila Prabhupada. And I would like to dwell on this one and see if you have any realization, anything that you would like to ask or share. And that would be the end of class today. So please don't hesitate. Ask if you have any questions or share if you have any realization. Let's start with the realization. What did you think about this whole discussion that we had just a few minutes back? Let's start with Sadhgujanand Prabhu.
Jaripur Prabhuji, Dhanas
Hare
Pranam,
Krishna.
Prabhupada. So, yeah, very nice preface, Prabhuji, on this one. A couple of things. One is this from this verse, from the Bhagavatam verse, the first verse, Kaumaram Achret Prajno. So, the pinpir thing also is connected here. I feel like Durlabham Manusham Janma Tadapi Adhrupam Ardhadam. So, this human form is very rarely achieved. This is Prahalad Maharaj is saying in Srimad Bhagavatam. Achieved, and at the same time, this is Ardhruvam. This is so temporary.
Yeah.
But irrespective of acknowledging that, mm, Prabhupada very nicely said, the quarrels and even over the less important issues, the big wars are happening. So right, so at the end, so many people are getting killed. That is not acknowledged, but only they wanted to, satisfy their self egos or whatever it is. So this is the core principle to understand and put in practice. That is very important thing. That is one point, Prabhuji. And second point is, as Prabhupada admitted here, even though one is not qualified to preach or share the knowledge what is acquired, but at least if we are able to repeat what Shastra says, what Guru and Prabhupada says, that itself would be good enough. You don't need to add anything, as you nicely explained in the previous class, as it is. Without adding anything, just present as it is and repeat what Prabhupada said. That should be good enough, even though we are not qualified. I'm not qualified, but at least if you're present as it is, that is good enough for our own purification and helping others also. So this
Perfect.
Hare Krishna.
Perfect. Thank you. Thank you. Preach, Prabhu. You're already doing a lot of preaching. So you have to preach. Stay enthusiastic. Very important. And we have to also protect our devotional service. Perfect. Anybody has anything that they would like to share?
Yeah, Prabhuji, I can share my pleasure.
Yeah.
So, in the preface,
Yeah.
Prabhupada has talked about the human society
Mm.
who looks to be human by outer, but it has lost the humanity. And what is the need for the human society? It is to be able to repeat what Shastra says, what Guru and Prabhupada says. That itself would be good enough. You don't need to add anything. Just present as it is. And what is the need for the human society? It is to be able to repeat what Shastra says, what Guru and Prabhupada says. That itself would be good enough. Prabhupada started with that. Then introducing Srimad Bhagavatam is the need for the human society, and the reason is
Right.
it connects to relationship. It connects to what is the activity we need to do and what should be
Yeah.
our. So Srimad Bhagavatam is a transcendental science that has all three kind of all three um, the information about all our, and then how to read the Srimad Bhagavatam. You should not go here and there. You should always go in the sequential way. And once we follow this, then we should be successful in the human life that the Prabhupada started with. That's what the sum.
Mm. Yeah, yeah. Good way. Good way to present it. Yes. Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you. Anybody has anything that they would like to share or ask?
Prabhuji, I can add little bit.
Yeah, please. Arjun,
So
Anand.
here, I mean, one thing here is Durlava Manusa Janma. So when we was in our darkness, like we were in the wombs of our mother, 9 months, and we really prayed to Krishna, hey, let me get out, we'll be in your service. But then through the material entanglement, we forget everything. I think specifically from my side, I'm still struggling like how to balance. So, but anyway, so I think this is an instruction for us how to move forward. And like there is a saying in Bengali, manre kisi kaj jano na. So it is our mind. We do not know how to cultivate, grow fruits and vegetables because we really don't know how to improve ourselves, how to service for Krishna, how to serve devotees. So
Are
Srila
you from
Prabhupada,
Bengal, Prabhu?
yes, Prabhuji.
Bhuliya rahi. Have you heard this? Bhajiba boliya aise samsara bhitare bhuliya rahile tumi avidyare bhare jiv
Yeah,
jago Gaura Chandra
Bole.
bole katu nidra jao maya pisachir khole তোমারে লইতে আমি হইনু অবতারা আমি বিনা বন্ধু আর কে আছে তোমারা this is such beautiful verse Prabhu.
Yeah,
It's there has nothing to do with the language Prabhu. Eh?
yes, Prabhuji.
Nothing to do with language.
There
Energy
is,
औषधि
yeah,
माया नासी वर लागी हरि नाम महामंत्र लहु तुमी मांगी भक्ति विनोद प्रभु चरणे परिया श्री भक्ति विनोद ठाकुर भक्ति विनोद प्रभु चरणे परिया हरि नाम महामंत्र लोइलो मांगिया जीव जागो गौरा चंद्र बोले कतो निद्रा जाओ माया पिशाची रखोले. We have to be awakened now. We have been sleeping. So thank you. Very good
yes,
point.
Prabhuji.
Yes. And also this song that says that Bajahure Manasri Nandandan
Mm-hmm.
Abhaya Charana Ravindra
Bindra.
Durlabha Manava Jivana Satsange Tarahu Ye Bhava Sindhure. This human birth Durlabha Manava, this Manav birth, that human body that we have gotten is Durlabha Manav. This is rare, and in that human being getting the association of a devotee is even rarest. Durlabha Manava Jannama Satsange Bhajahu Tarahu Ye Bhava Sindhure. Cross over this material, the Bhava Sindhu. What is Bhava Sindhu, Prabhu? Manohar Prabhu? Bhava, what is Bhava? Repeated birth and death. Get out of this. Get out of this. Bhava Sindhure. Tarahu Ye Bhava Sindhure. Get out of this. Sita Tappa Vata Varishana. Edina Jamana Janire. Chapala Supala Valagi. The whole life I have invested chasing chapal, fragile happiness. Ye dhana jovan putra parijan. I have everything, dhan and jovan. You understand, right? Dhan means wealth, yovan, youth. Ye dhana jovan putra, our sons and daughter. Parijan, extended family. Ye jana, ye dhana jovan putra parijana. Iti ki achi partitere. What is the value of this whole thing? Koamalla dalla jalla jivana thalamalla. How is this life? He says, how is this life? This life is like a water on the top of lotus leaf. Have you seen how much water the lotus leaf can sustain? Do you know? Anybody can share?
Yeah,
None.
nothing touches, Prabhu. Nothing.
None. Put the water on the leaf of lotus, you will just find a path and drop, shiny drop and run away. Have you seen that? So Komala Dala Jala Jivana Thalamala Iti ki achi. What is this hope that we are trying to have it? This thing we have to really, and more we realize this thing. Sometimes, if I get some sort of pride or something, I have a note that says that the first thing that you have to remember is death. Death is coming. When you leave this body, everything will be here. This world is running without Ataranand Prabhu. It's moving along where he is. So when you and I go, Prabhupada he's gonna accept me. He's gonna say, Ramacharya, come. You have done a lot of thing for me. I accept you. I don't know. We have to practice that. So really appreciate that point. You said a little bit. I kind of a little bit expanded on it, but I understood the gist of your statement that you are making, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu.
Thank
Thank
you.
you so much. Prabhuji, I have a request to all Vaishnavas.
Yeah.
Wahe Vaishnava Thakura Dayara Sagara Edase Corona Karo. That means like all of you please bless unto me so that I can progress.
Keep that mood.
Okay, Prabhuji.
Keep that mood, Prabhuji. I humbly beg you that you keep that mood, okay? Bhakti cannot be snitched, cannot be forced. It's empowerment that comes to you by Guru Shastra and Sadhu. Somebody will give you the key. You can never buy that key, never ever. So keep that mood, and all the time, however you are in your Krishna consciousness, wherever you are, always remember that your life is completely depending on the mercy of other devotees, Prabhupada and seniors. We ourselves cannot empower ourselves. We cannot become big. Krishna knows that's very good mood, very very good mood. So I humbly request that please read that song that you are citing and keep the mood. Vaishnava Thakur, Dayar Sagar, Ei Dasi Karuna Koro. Nice. Appreciate that. Thank you. Anything before we adjourn? I can take one more minute and then Honorable Prabhu didn't say anything. I cannot hear you. You are talking, but you are muted. Okay, so Prabhu may be talking or some glitches on his side. Can we adjourn here now? Vanchkalpataru Kripa Sindhu Vyavasa Patitanam Pavaname Vaishnava Namo Namo. Assemble Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai. Thank you, Hare Krishna. Dandat pranams to all of you. Thank you, Hare